It's Sunday. It's February 12th, 2023. I'm just at the local park going for an exercise, trying to walk on my knee. I'm unable to run on it today. I went to church this morning. It's the sixth Sunday after Epiphany, I think. My eyes started burning for some reason. I don't know why. When I came home, I had to take my contacts out. And on my walk after church, I'm thinking of once upon a time, when I was younger. And one of those just interesting conversations of if, I'm not a professional, but if, kind of a thing. Someone once called me a sugar plum fairy, and plum being whatever trait that is in a plum bob, but I didn't ask that at the time. Not sure where the conversation was going. And in that context of sugar plum fairy, and then the Nutcracker and the toy soldiers of whatever that's about, because I don't have the history or an historical relevance on. I've never been brought to Radio City Music Hall to actually see what the Rockettes or whatever's involved in it in some Fabergé way amongst chicken eggs on a farm of so that happened. And then today, while I was at church, upstairs, they had all of these Boy Scouts, which I thought was really amazing. They came out, actually was able to see who was wearing uniforms for the parents, which I didn't know, so I knew who to address, which was really wonderful. Or for the adults of my age bracket, my peer group, or within a range of my peer group. And then the children of my son's age, which was nice. And so they gathered, so I was able to, I don't even want to use the word investigate. I think it's too rough of a word or a term. I was able to ask more questions to learn how I can get him involved. Something I wanted for all of my children, but it was not available at all times. So anyhow, but while they were upstairs in the mass and the congregation, in the gilded room where I was, with newcomers in the room that I had never seen before, and T-Free 1975 decided to show up today, out of the blue. I have no idea why. He researched on this Congress of Library, this Mary Surratt thing, and then all of a sudden today, out of all days, he wants to come with me to church. I'm like, why? Why today? But I didn't know till I got there what was gonna be there. So anyhow, so we went, but when I was in the gilded room, it was interesting because the leader of the conversation decided today, of all days, to bring up the fact, to bring up some biblical whatever, since she's more scholarly than I am. And then she wanted to show different depictions of the visual Jesus. And she said that there was somebody floating online. And I'm like, listen really clearly to me. Where we are in North America, there's a white house, there's a white ancestry, there's a white family tree. of government. There has been, and there still is. I was like, we have monetary portraits of who the ancestors are and what they look like very rarely. And that's what keeps the economy of this area going. We also have a Christian church with a very, what I would refer to as a European American looking Christ. So whether he has brown hair or blonde hair, there's that small difference in the visual. But when she started showing me things that looked like Afghan refugees or these new arrivals on these buses to New York City as possible Jesus representatives, I'm like, no way, no how. I was like, let me bring up, I heard this week that there's a man that lives in something he refers to, or they refer to as a hermit kingdom. I don't believe they practice Christianity over there. Again, that's more of what we have here. In like a national security standpoint with family representatives. So now I'm like, this man that lives in this hermit kingdom that I don't believe has Christianity, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I've never gone there. I've never found out, and I don't know anybody who's whatever. His people, he knows what they look like. They know what he looks like. His people would never even attempt or try to change the physical description or image of he in their hermit kingdom. Why, when Jesus has a kingdom and when it's already been set and pronounced what he looks like, why in Jesus's kingdom, an area with specific government regulated images, would anybody try to change the visual depiction or conversation? That seems really dangerous to me, and I'm not clear why it was brought up in this gilded room today and why Tia Freya was there. Really confusing. So anyhow, so that happened. Just so the man that I was with, that I would have loved to be the Sugar Plum Fairy for in the Nutcracker and the Toy Soldier thing, which is what I was looking forward to as far as a marriage, or as part of like a, what do I see myself marrying, as opposed to like what actually happened here, and I don't want to get into it right now. So there's that. And again, she showed a lot of variations of what Jesus is. And I'm like, just like je suis, there's no I in Jesus. There's also no I in team. But where there is an I, there's an I. And there's real symbols in what we've been allowed to have and carry forward here in management. And I don't understand why it seems like up for discussion amongst certain people in this area or institution. It seems like it would be a really dangerous conversation to open and to keep having as if it was even a possibility, which it's not. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.